Hello dosto, welcome to my channel and thank you for so many views, subscriptions and likes, and I will keep making videos as per your request. This video is also on request for providing some information about mobile phone and home networking. Hope this helps. So I'm going to start with talking about how your first few days experience would be to get to the Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi or GPRS or mobile data or phone is all basic necessity now. It's food, clothing, shelter and Wi-Fi, right? So in when you land here in at the airports, you will have Wi-Fi, because all the airports have Wi-Fi, so you can order your cab, or you can call your home, and let them know that you have reached safely, so you can have some sort of networking or some sort of connectivity there at the airport. But when you come to your place of accommodation, like I said in my earlier videos, you will have to self isolate for 14 days. And for you to do that, it is important that you get a SIM card, and so that you can get things that you need, and you can make your phone calls, or do your telephonic interview while you are doing your self isolation. For that to happen, you will need SIM card delivered to your place of accommodation. एंड डू नो दैट आपको ये सारे जो सिम कार्ड्स हैं, यू विल be able to get those ordered online to you via post, via amazon.ca, or the websites of those cell phone network providers like Kudo, Fido. We have Freedom Mobile, we have Rogers, Bell, MTS, Telus, and so many more companies that you can look online for. So most of these websites and amazon.ca would provide you SIM cards delivered at your doorstep. So you can do that in initial days, that I would recommend while you're self isolation, because that is a legal requirement for you to do that. So let me tell you broadly about the home networking and mobile phone industry, mobile phone networking industry here in Canada. So there are big players like Rogers, Bell, MTS, Telus. These guys own most of the network, and there are these smaller players like we have Lucky Mobile, we have Kudo, Fido, we have Freedom Mobile, and so many more. Chatter is one of the examples. So all these smaller guys basically basically loan out or probably buy networking space from these big guys, and provide you connectivity. So to start with, I would say it's better to go for a monthly plan. So let's talk about plans here. We have so the plans in Canada are broadly divided into two different segments. One is pay as you go, and one is monthly plan. Pay as you go में ये होता है दोस्तों के you will see something like in India, where you top up, and you use your text, you use your minutes, and then you top up again. और monthly plans में ये होता है कि you pay a fixed monthly price, and then you get certain amount of text and certain amount of minutes to use. ये monthly plan category में, then there are two different sections. One is where you have monthly renewable plans, where these are mostly SIM only plans, where you get a SIM card and with those benefits and for a fixed monthly price. And then you have plans with SIM card and a new mobile phone. So these are for guys who are looking for brand new mobile phones, along with the SIM card and all the text and minutes. So अभी जो the minutes that you get in these plans is divided into another two categories. One is Canada wide minutes, and one is provincial minutes. So obviously provincial minutes सस्ते होते हैं, they are much cheaper, but then think about it this way: when you come to Canada, you might have to make phone calls for certain government agencies. You might have to make phone calls to an employer who is based out of your province, government offices that are out of your province. So you will need to make calls which are out of your province, and for that you will need Canada wide minutes. So I would recommend that go for Canada wide minutes and not uh, provincial minutes, because you will end up spending a lot of money if you make those phone calls out of Canada, or otherwise you might not be able to make those phone calls at all if you go for those plans. Data speeds in Canada are 4 GB 5 GB, but इसमें भी दो अलग concepts है. एक है data speeds which are, or datas which are unlimited, and second are datas which are limited. So limited data में ये होता है कि if you go for a plan that is 5 GB, after you use all the 5 GB in that month, you will not have data anymore at all. They will completely stop your data. Unlimited plan में ये होता है कि after your 5 GB data, for instance, they will not completely stop your service. They will provide you a lower speed data that's at a speed of either 2G or 3G, but it will be unlimited. So you will have data, but it will be slower. Data is quite important in Canada, because initially if you are uh, you know traveling by public transport, you will not see your bus schedule if you don't have data, because buses don't always turn up on time. I have a lot of experience in that area. So you will need to know minute by minute live real time tracking of your bus to be able to successfully commute, if you are commuting after your 14 days of self isolation. So I would recommend unlimited data, but again, if you are aware of your consumption, if you know that you use certain amount of data every month and you wouldn't go over, then you can even choose the limited data plans, and it really depends on what you get, what sort of plan is offered to you. So from my example, I was pretty lucky. I was really lucky because I walked into a shop and I got my SIM card, and during that time, it was a really good deal for students or for new immigrants. So I remember for $45 a month, I got 8 GB data. For a month, and then I got 1,000 international minutes in the same package. So those 1,000 international minutes are the ones I can use to call India, and then I also got unlimited Canada wide minutes. So if you're looking for under $30 plan, then you will have a lot of restrictions. So you will have a lot of limited data, you will have minutes that are very limited. If you go between $30 to about $60 plan, you will get unlimited Canada wide minutes for sure, but you might have restrictions on data. And if you go above $60, you will have unlimited data, or even like a very high amount of data, like even up to 20 GB at 5G speeds, and then you would have unlimited Canada wide minutes, 1,000 international minutes. There's one other thing about 1,000 international minutes. It's very useful, first of all, so you don't have to depend on Skype or WhatsApp or such things. You can you can call India whenever you want. So, and that's a very good benefit. And 1,000 international minutes per month is a lot. People have different preferences, but I think it's good enough to survive, or to make you go through a month. So in that also, not all the service providers are giving you 1,000 international minutes. So these service providers who specifically give you this benefit, because this benefit is an add-on. Sometimes you have to ask for it, sometimes you have to bargain for it, but you will get that benefit. So Kudo offers this benefit, Fido is another service provider that offers this benefit, and Virgin Mobile. So apart from these three, I'm not aware of any other mobile network service providers that provide you 1,000 international minutes as an add-on to your plan. So look for these options if you are looking for something like that. um, if you're looking for traveling into US soon, or if you're a traveler like I love to travel, and US is the closest country that you can travel to. Um, so the SIM card I use there is called Roam Mobility. It's a SIM card where you can top up, or I think it's about $40, where you get a whole month of data, or 40 days of data, and talk time while you're in US. uh, how helpful it is if you're with, say for example, if you're with a Canadian network, and even if you are in a monthly plan of whatever sort, you will pay between $8 to $10 a day to use your phone in the US. So it comes up to a lot more expensive than $30 or $40 a month with Roam Mobility. So that's something that I would recommend. Um, Now I would talk about the home networking, because that's the next step. You would need Wi-Fi at wherever you are living. So if you're in Airbnb, or if you're in an accommodation, a motel or any sort during your first 14 days, like I have recommended in my previous videos, uh, in that situation you will have Wi-Fi wherever you live. But once you have a place of your own, or if you are renting an apartment, you will need to think about getting a Wi-Fi at in room, or in your accommodation, and that would save you a lot of money, because then you can go lower on your phone data plan and use your home Wi-Fi. For that, we have Rogers, we have Shaw, Bell MTS. These guys provide home networking solutions, or Wi-Fi and TV connections in Canada. So the trick here, and like my handle says, I'm chipster hamster. So my specialty is all about making it cost effective and easy as possible for you guys. So my tip here, or my suggestion to you here would be to keep renewing your plans. What it means is, for example, if you sign up for a plan with Rogers, say $70 a month, you get TV, internet, and home phone, for example. That's probably the cheapest you can get, if you dig in well. And say you start with Rogers, and you're 6 months down the line with Rogers. You're paying monthly. And yeah, one thing I must mention here, whether it's home networking or phone plans, unless you're getting a new device, like you're getting a new phone or new iPad or something like that from your company, all your plans are monthly renewable. What it means is you can give 30 days notice, and you can quit. So you don't have to commit to a certain period. But if you're getting a new device, of course you need to commit, because you're paying in installment for that device too. um, so uh, so like I said, my tip would be to keep renewing your plans when you're into, especially into home networking space. So say if you're with Rogers, like I said, and you're paying certain amount for certain data and TV and all that, and 6 months down the line you see a good deal with Bell MTS, where they are giving you a $55 a month with the same TV, good amount of Wi-Fi, and home phone. And they are also giving a credit of $200 for new customers, which means that they would deduct money from your bill up to $200 to sign up as a new customer for their service. And so that's what you want to look for. That's when you want to switch. So switch over to Bell MTS and get that benefit. If you are in a household where you're sharing with your friends or with your family the same services, then you can even switch names, because certain companies won't allow you to switch back and forth within 3 months period. So I remember this happened with us, that we were with Bell MTS before, and we got to know another new plan of Bell MTS that's just offered to new customers. What we did was we switched to a Shaw network, and that Shaw network was switched to my wife's name, We got that for 10 days, then we canceled it and we switched back to Bell under my name. Now what happened is here, Bell treated me again as a new customer and got me the the benefits of their new user plans. So that helps. So keep looking for such plans, and every 6 months, 1 year, keep switching, and that way you save a lot of money. One other thing that I must mention here, that watch your bills. So whether it's mobile phones or whether it's your home networking, keep good eye on your bills. Bills are mostly similar month to month. So unless you spend something extra or add a service to it or whatever, your bill, if it says your bill is $70, $80 a month, it's going to remain that way for a very long duration. And So month on month it will be the same. So keep an eye on accuracy of that bill. Keep an eye on if it is consistent, because many of these companies have a tendency, for some reason, I don't know what, of adding or subtracting certain services, which will add on to your bill. So sometimes they subtract a promo that's going on your current bill, and that kind of increases your cost. Or sometimes they add on a service without uh, intimating you, and then it would again impact your bill. So this has happened with me, and always remember to pick up the phone and make that phone call, because when you make that phone call, it kind of makes them realize that this customer is alert, and he wants to know what went wrong, and he's complaining, and they would right away reverse that into your bill. So they would right away, undo that charge for sure, because at no cost they want to lose you as a customer for sure, because it's a very competitive market. So that's why you get all these deals and everything. So understand that you are important, and and that you will get that reversal in your next bill or whatever. But remember to watch your bills and keep a close eye on it. um Thank you for watching my video. If you want to know more or anything about any of this stuff, I can make more videos. So please reach out to me and let me know. Have a nice day. Take care.